Hello everyone, welcome back to Voidheart Studios. It is April, officially. Well, it was April in the last video, but it's really April now, because my allergies are acting up. But, I've got a really cool blaster that I want to review, and this won't be a super long one, because it's kind of a simple new blaster, but yeah. Today we're going to be reviewing the Adventure Force Nexus Pro X2. The Nexus Pro X2 was released in 2026 as a part of the Adventure Force Tactical Strike series, and it's the Nexus Pro X, but it's pink and white and black, which is my color scheme, and I do like that. Thank you, Dart Zone. Yeah. Let's get on to the overview. Starting up at the front, you have the friction muzzle, and it comes with the Dart Zone P-Car, which is cool. The Dart Zone P-Car is alright P-Car. Moving back, you have the front sight, which corresponds with the rear sight, and these are the sights that came with the Maxim Pro, but recolored. So if you wanted Maxim sights but white, then yeah. But one issue with this blaster is the stock actually rests too high for you to actually look down the sights. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could just like take the stock off, and even resting your cheek on just the bare buffer tube is too high. That's kind of dumb, but whatever. But of course they're all on a top tactical rail, and you can remove them so you can put on better sights. Going down here you have the side rails, and I believe they are removable. You have to take apart the blaster though to get to that point. And below that is the priming handle. To prime the blaster, you pull back, and then you push forward to close the breech. This blaster is pump action, like you just saw, and this grip is actually different than the original Nexus Pro X. The original Nexus Pro X had a more vertical foregrip style foregrip, except it was angled as well, but this is just a straight up, like, shotgun style pump grip, which is pretty cool. Moving back, you have the magazine well. To release the magazine, you press either this big white lever, or you can pull this small white lever and it will actually gravity drop the mag, which there's actually some sort of spring involved in that. I wonder what causes it to actually pop out like that. Whatever. And of course, it comes with a 12-round Talon geometry magazine, and it's pink, which is cool. Pink mag, I always like. Of course, back behind the mag release, you have the safety. When the left side is pressed in, the blaster will not fire. And when the right side is pressed in, the blaster will fire. And of course, going back behind out is the trigger. Pull it to fire. It's a Springer. And this blaster also has slam fire. Slam fire is the act of holding down the trigger and repeatedly racking the pump grip like so. And it allows you to have a higher rate of fire on a Springer. Going back to the grip is removable, and it is a typical airsoft AEG grip, so if you want something a little more, like, I don't know, made to be like soft and comfortable and like a little more mil-spec, you can throw on just any airsoft AR grip that you can find. Going to the back, we have the collapsible stock, and this stock is actually very sturdy. Like, I had to really hit it that time to make it collapse even just a little bit. But it's of course a buffer tube stock, so it's removable, and you can put any other buffer tube stock on it. And this is it fully collapsed. This is it fully extended. And there are a couple of points in between there for full adjustability for a wide range of body types, which is pretty cool. Going further back to the back of the stock, you have this pink piece which comes off to reveal a skittle compartment. Well, it's a compartment that's meant for the little keyhole gasket that comes with the blaster. But it's a skittle compartment, or just a small, very small compartment. You can't really store a lot in here. Like, I mean, damn, I can't even fit my Benchy in here. But, you can put stuff in there. Like I said, a handful of Skittles will go in there, or M&Ms, or Reese's Pieces. And down here on the stock, on both sides, are some metal threads for screw-on sling hook points. Which, yeah, if you're going to make your blaster not have any damn sling hook points, at least make it able for you to buy them and attach them on, which, like, this does. Yeah, that's really all I have to give for an overview of the Nexus Pro X2. Let's take it out to the range and play with it. Alright, I am out on the range with the Nexus Pro X2. Target's over there. Again, I'm in another awkward off angle, but what can you do? I'm starting out with embers just because that's the darts that the blaster came with. Next up, nitro shot darts. Finally, Worker Gen 3 standard weight dart. Oh, all right. I know this is kind of a short firing demo, but as you can see, it's one of those times where I have spontaneously decided to record my firing demo in the late evening. And I want to get it done before it goes completely dark. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go back in and talk about this thing. Yeah. I was going to try to flip it, but that was... Alright, we are back inside with the Nexus Pro X2. Let's talk about it. Starting out with the chronograph readings, I put this blaster up over my chronograph and I achieved an average velocity of 197 feet per second. It's a Nexus Pro X. That's really the practical stuff out of the way. and I'm going to get on to my opinion and just kind of the blunder of this blaster. It's a Nexus Pro X. Like, all in all, it is the same as just a regular Nexus Pro X. And what Dart Zone should have realized about that is the Nexus Pro X went on clearance before this was released. The original Nexus Pro X was cheaper on clearance than this is right now. This is $35. The lowest and the most I saw the Nexus Pro X for when it was on clearance before this released was $21. And it included more. This was meant to be a cheaper Nexus Pro X because the Nexus Pro X, the MSRP for it was $50. And it included all the stuff, the 2 mags, the B car, all that. And this was meant to be a budget-friendly version that came with less, but also costed less. For people who still want a full-size primary, but not a bullpup, like the X-Shot Long Shot. And it's a functionally great blaster, but if you already have a Nexus Pro X, or you don't want a pink one, I mean, the Nexus Pro X just got discontinued. Go hunt one of those down. But I like pink, and I broke my Nexus Pro X. So, yeah. I wanted to get this one. Now, it is pretty cool. It comes with this pink mag that is... It's not really dyed pink very well. It's like they took they took all the parts, all the orange parts from a mag, and then just dyed them pink. And just called it a day. So it still has some hints of orange throughout the design, or throughout the part. And yeah, it's odd. But I do really like the blaster, and that being said, yes, it is just a Nexus Pro X. But that doesn't mean it's a bad blaster. It's a good blaster. The Nexus Pro X is a great blaster. And with this new pump grip, it does actually feel different. And I actually like the ergonomics of this pump grip a little better than the original Nexus Pro X. Now, is that the reason you would want to spend a whole $35? Because you can get Picatinny attachments and put them on the Nexus Pro X. But, yeah, I'm not going to discourage you from buying this, because it's still a great blaster, but it's just like, okay, why did you not make any changes to it, though? And that's another thing. The name. The name it's Nexus Pro X2, but there's no changes to it. Why is it V2 when there's no changes? Like, that's what I'm trying to think is, like, if this is version 2, why is there no upgrades or side grades or changes? Because just a change in pump grip isn't enough. Like, we all know that. Dart Zone knows that. Dart Zone is the people who made this, by the way. I mean, it's great. It's still compatible with everything. It's still got the P car holder. It's still compatible with the B car. It still has the top tactical rail, so you can get rid of these pieces of ass and throw on something that looks a little cooler and actually functions. And oh my god, I just made a Nexus Pro X. This is just the original Nexus Pro X. Again, no. Even down into the form factor and everything. Except for the pump grip. But still, that's nothing change. I sound like I'm hating on this blaster. I'm not. It's just unnecessary. It's a great blaster. It's a Nexus Pro X. Like, what can be said about a Nexus Pro X other than it's a great, solid, off-the-shelf primary? And this is still a great, solid, off-the-shelf primary. You saw in the firing demo, I hardly missed a shot, and that was at a pretty close engagement range, but still. That's the thing. It's a Nexus Pro X. But it's also... it's a Nexus Pro X. So, in terms of to buy or not to buy... do you not have a Nexus Pro X? Do you not care that this comes with less than the Nexus Pro X? Do you like pink? Or specifically this color scheme of pink, black, and white? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, go for it. It's only $35. If the answer is no, but you still want the platform, go hunt down an original Nexus Pro X. They just went off the shelves, or they just went, discontinued, so I'm sure you could probably find them on eBay or in the clearance aisle of your local Walmart. But yeah. It's still a good, solid, inoffensive blaster. It's still a great blaster. I would run this. I will run this, especially now that they've released it in my colors. But it's a bit redundant. Redundant. That's the word I'm looking for. It's redundant. And yeah. For those of you in the EU, by the way, there is an EU exclusive version of this blaster. It's blue. They did the same thing they did with the Aeon Pro X when it originally released, and they made an EU exclusive colorway. For the Nexus Pro X2, it's blue. It's light blue with more white on it, I believe. Yeah. And as a result of that, they made the purple Aeon Pro X no longer EU exclusive. That review will be coming out in a few weeks, because I have a certain thing that will have a higher priority. But yeah. It's a good blaster. A bit redundant, but it's a good blaster. Anyways, I really hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, then please do leave a like and subscribe and comment whether you think that this looks better than the original. I think it looks a lot better than the original. But I'm biased because I love pink. So give me your opinion on that in the comments below. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!